Hello YouTubers, YYC Busy Mom here. Just thought I'd show you my monster blanket. Now this is a little teeny blanket, not a full size, more like a kid's lapgan, as they call it. And what this is 2 layers of sweater material that's been cut and then 2 pieces put back to back. And then with this edging here, so I can get a good, it's not exactly perfect, but you know what, it's homemade. It's not meant to be perfect, right? Yeah. Sure, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I used a thin needle, poked a hole through, then through that needle, not a thin needle, a thicker darning needle, I guess you could say, with a point on it. That's what broke through my fleece. It's not a fleece, it's sweater material. I guess a knit with a fuzzy side. The ones you get for the pullover cardigans. Whatever. Anyways, I poked my needle through, then poked my hook through, and then I pulled my yarn through with the hook. And went around the edge, keeping all the sides together. And then wove in my ends. Now, granted, it's got I don't know, a couple millimeters apart there. Some are larger space, some aren't. And then I did 5 single crochets in the edge. So that gives you that. And then for my little monster head, I did a row. Now this size will depend on the size of your blanket and how you want it to fit. These monster blankets aren't meant to be perfect. They're meant to be kind of askew because, well, it's a monster blanket. And this was just did in single crochets up until where it folded in half, and I was happy with the size and the proportion of the whole blanket. Then I did a magic knot with I think 4 or 6, and then increased every second one, and then took a white round and did that around. And if it tends to puff up like this one does, it's not really a big deal. This is, like I said, not a perfect blanket. Okay? This gives it that 3D look. This one doesn't have it. No big deal. This isn't perfection here. And then this one I did, what was it? 3 in the start row, and did a double, then a half, double, then a single, giving it that curve. It doesn't have to be curved, it can be a straight triangle, it could be, even if you want to just do a happy face and stitch that in, line stitch in, it works too. So this long piece here was done in like a scarf kind of way, just one row over and over, and then sewn down the sides to give it some thickness. These little things are just done in cones. Again, no pattern, just a magic knot here. Okay, just wait please. And then increased and then stopped increasing to give me a different pattern all the way through. Again, does not have to be perfect. Okay? Your little hands here, these are done in a tube form. Okay? And then when you put these on, you're going through the opened end, so you don't have to worry about leaving an open end here. And you're just stitching the little claws on there, and then the tail that you leave at the end is what hooks it into this base row on your fleece. I did 4 of those, not in proportion. You'll notice the one arm is higher than the other, and the legs, one leg is over more to this side. It's not a big deal, but it's just the cutest thing ever, and this is what's going on the Christmas list. You can even, if you have older kids you're giving this to, you can sew in buttons off center. I did get this, not the pattern, but I got the idea after seeing someone else do it. The pattern is online. If you type in, what is it, Google monster blankets. Crocheted monster blankets, you'll find the pattern if you want to do an actual pattern. And it's done with like winter fleece. with the pattern and stuff on it. And it looks good, but this is what I had and this is what I used. And we're working on, now the reason why I used 2 layers of this shirt material, I'll show you this here. This is what was on the inside. I thought when I got this sweater material, oh, it'd be great. But then I washed it prior to use, and it really did pill. I didn't want to leave that out on one side of the blanket, so thus I folded it over. And before I give this away, I'll give it a good iron, but it's not a big deal. If I wanted to, add a letter of the kid's name in here, so it's just the cutest thing ever. I've been requested for a few more of these, so this is what I'm going to be working on today. Any questions? Give me a ring. Remember, monster faces don't have to be like this. Monster faces any which way. Doesn't have to have claws. Doesn't have to have arms even. This is what makes crochet fun and unique, because you can do it the way you want to. Well, enjoy!